Hello guys, welcome back to Chris Poly channel. This video I want to share about Global App update for 18 August 2023 maintenance update. But be noticed, all content on this Global App video was recorded on Global App server, so this is all content that will update on our live server in future. And mostly all this update will implement on Korea live server next week maintenance update. And following outside Korea server if they already feel this content already ready to release outside Korea server globally. Okay, to enjoy watch my video, make sure you turn on this video subtitle, and also you can use timestamp that I already provide to go to target topic that you want. And if you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on bell notification to get any update and guide on Black Desert World. Okay, let's start this video content using any feature that I provide. Okay, this is official website for Global App update at 18 August 2023. First feature update that they mention is about class balancing. First class is Warrior class. Actually, on this week, Warrior didn't have any class balancing. They just fixed some issue for Warrior Succession and Warrior Awakening for this week Global App update. And the next class that got balancing is Berserker. Once again, Berserker also got some improvement, but for this week is about Berserker Succession. Okay, first prime skill for Berserker Succession, they just changed this prime skill to become can be activated immediately, even not in cooldown. And they also make this prime skill to become can be combo with another skill with smooth animation. And then for this prime skill, they also increase its PvE damage, but I think PvP damage nearly same as before. And then for another prime skill, they just add plus 25% critical hit rate that will apply to monster only. And also for another flow skill, they just make damage for its hit from this skill to become not decrease when this skill activate continuously. And also fix some issue for this skill, and damage for this skill also got improved, especially for PvE damage because they also add PvP damage reduction for this skill. And then for another prime skill, they also just increase attack range for this skill, especially for additional last hit when you activate this skill. And they also just increase damage for this skill, especially for its PvE damage because they also increase PvP damage reduction for this skill. So I think PvP damage nearly same as before. And then for another skill, they also just distribute PvE damage for this skill to become equal for its hit, but PvP damage still same as before. And for this same skill, they also just add additional hit damage number from 2 hit to become 3 hit, and also attack range for this skill will unify whatever level for this skill. And then they just give some chance for this skill to become you need to activate this skill rather than make this skill to become passive skill. And also for another skill, they just increase number hit for this skill from 3 hit to become 4 hit. And then they also change how to activate this skill to become press move forward and right click while using another skill in beast form. And for another flow skill, they also just increase skill animation when activate this skill, and also cooldown for this skill just got reduced from 15 seconds to become 12 seconds only. And damage for this skill also changed, that they just increase its damage, and also critical hit chance from 50% to become 100% for monster only, but critical hit chance for player still same, just 20%, and also damage for PvP still same as before. And the last prime skill for Berserker Succession that also got changed is this skill, that they just changed this skill to become activate attack immediately, and also damage for this skill just changed to become more higher than before, but they also adjust PvP damage reduction for this skill, so PvP damage still nearly same as before. Okay, the next class that got balancing is Lan class, especially for Lan Awakening. Okay, first skill that got changed is this skill, that they just increase movement speed for this skill, and also they improve combo for this skill to another skill, and damage for this skill also improve, that they also add critical hit chance plus 40% for this skill, but as you can see for PvP damage reduction, they just reduce it, so PvP damage also increase for this skill. And another skill that got improvement is this skill, that they just add attack or casting speed reduction effect when successful hit target, and damage for this skill also improve. As you can see, rather than they increase PvE damage for this skill, they also add critical hit chance plus 10 until 50% depend on the skill level. And PvP damage reduction also got reduced, so PvP damage also increase for this skill. And next for this skill, they just remove attack or casting speed reduction effect when successful hit target because they just move this debuff to another skill that I already mentioned previously. And then for this flow skill, they also change knockdown effect to become only apply to monster only, and also change super armor effect that only apply when using this skill only. And damage for this skill also got improved, but for PvE only. For PvP damage, they just increase its damage reduction, but I think number of this PvP damage reduction still lower than this increasing damage, so PvP damage also increase for this skill. And then for this Black Spirit Red skill, they also just change skill animation for this skill to become can be activated with combo with another skill more smoothly than before. And as you can see, this is sample animation for this skill that can be activated immediately without any delay. And for this skill, they also just improve this skill to become can be combo with another skill with more smooth animation. And for PvP damage, they also just increase it by reducing PvP damage reduction from 70% to become 55% only. And damage for this skill, they also just adjust it to become more higher than before. And for this skill, PvP damage also got increased because they just reducing number of PvP damage reduction for this skill. And then for this flow skill, they also just reduce PvP damage reduction from 61% to become 57%, so PvP damage for this skill also got increased. And for this skill, they just change forward guard when using this skill to become super armor when using this skill. So overall for Lan Awakening, they just buff PvE and PvP damage for all her Awakening skill. Okay, next about future content is about continuous update for Old Moon Furniture Workshop in Velia, that they just add Old Moon Furniture Workshop at Velia City, especially at House 3-1. And from this Old Moon Furniture Workshop in Velia 3-1, you can craft special furniture that related with Goblin. And this is the tile material to craft any furniture for this Goblin theme. And this is some preview how it's look for this furniture that you can put it on your residence or your manor. And next update is about quality of life improvement, especially when you must opening box or package, that you can open it at once by entering how much box that you want to open after you confirming opening this box. And next, if you watch my previous video about upcoming Ocean content that Prebis already prepare, that already announced on last Heidel Ball 2023, at least on this week Global Lab update, they just start to implement some new monster on Ocean content. First is about Void Mareta. Actually, this is mermaid monster that Prebis will release in future, that you can find this Void Mareta in Distant Ocean. And this Void Mareta will attack any player ship with her tornado, and she also will summon some Hekaru in combat. And this Hekaru will self-destruct when attacking player ship, but this Void Mareta will despawn for certain amount of time after battle with any player. But on this Global Lab update, they didn't mention any reward from this Void Mareta. And also they mentioning about Margoria Pirate Fleet that you can find it on Margoria Sea. And this Margoria Pirate Fleet will attack any player ship and make sure your ship didn't got surrounded by this pirate fleet during combat. And be careful for ghost ship that will appear when you combat with this pirate fleet, because this ghost ship will self-destruct to player ship, so make sure you didn't get too near for ghost ship that spawn when combat with this pirate fleet. And next, some improvement for World Boss Garmod. In future, they will remove Garmod skill when absorbing Soul of Cactum. And also, they will reduce attack pattern for this Garmod when staying in the air. And next, some improvement for quest and knowledge, especially for Muikun knowledge. Actually, they just update this Muikun knowledge because of change for karma system that already become family based. So in future, to get this Muikun knowledge, you didn't need to reduce your karma. Instead that you can start special questline for special NPC in Iblab Oasis that you need to talk with character who have reached level 55 or higher. And after you complete this special quest line, you can get this special knowledge for Muikun Adventure Journal from this quest line. And then for another knowledge, they also just adjust it that they will add special quest line that related with this Muikun knowledge. And there are special series quests to obtain 2 type of knowledge from this Muikun, but you need to spend 30 energy if you didn't use Assassin class. But if you using Assassin class that already complete Awakening quest line, you can get this knowledge without consuming any energy. And I think more detailed information for this Muikun knowledge, I will guide you on Spirit video when this update implement to our live server in future. So stay tuned on Chris Poly channel. And then they also just prepare special content for War of the Roses. And this is new large-scale PvP content for 300 versus 300 between Kama Sylvia and Odelita region. And more detail about this War of the Roses, you can check my explanation about upcoming PvP content that Prebis already prepare, especially for this 300 vs 300 player War of the Roses. And for any other minor fix and change, I think all of this not too a big deal. Okay, that's all future update of Black Desert World that Prebis already announced on Global Lab update at 18 August 2023. And special thanks to all my membership for direct support via Patreon, Karya Karsa, and YouTube membership. And also my current member, Dubiadut, Jimmy Snake, Doki, Angel, Ayrton, Bebu, Detraki, Snot, Soren, Afrilka, El Familia, Devil Soul of Dime Myler, Drunken Video, Jeff S Gold member, and also for all my silver and bronze member, thank you so much for all your direct support. This will make Chris Poly channel running and growing more faster. If you want to support me directly, I will very grateful. And as special thanks, I will put your name on my video depend on your support level. And be noticed at some level there are have some limit, so make sure you didn't get run out for this limited space. And I will put your name on every subsequent video that I release for the duration of your support. And if you want to join my membership to support me directly, you can go to any platform for Patreon, Karya Karsa, and YouTube membership. I already put link for this membership on this video description, or you can check on top right of this video, I already put card for Patreon link. If you like this video, you can like and subscribe to my channel for another guide and update. Thank you for watching. See you next time.